dłuższego telewizjonnej rewolucji Kevin i Olivia na blogosfie. The international phenomenon. Attack of the Shock.
For all the stuff you care about. Kevin is actually still in the TSA security line on his way to Vegas for CES. So joining me is my best friend, Chris Hardwick.
Hey, everybody. We're coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles.
New technology is about to slide down CES's gadget vagina in Las Vegas. We are going to flash back to 1983, and we're going to discover what kind of electronics the ancients used in today's Around the Net. Then we'll review a product from 2010. Fujifilm's new camera is today's Gadgetron. It's the world's tiniest camera with a 10x optical zoom. Look, size doesn't matter when you can zoom right in. That was a zoom.
Gadget badge.
Oh.
Then we're going to take a game break with X-Plate. Gadge badge. Gadge badge. I have a really bad case of Gadge badge. Some WD-40.
You told me you had a dirty one.
I did. What? Game break with X-Plate to go in depth on Bayonetta and Darksiders. Shoe guns and giant swords all around. Hooray! And then finally, Ethan Hawke dropped by to talk about the planet's dwindling resources. Us! There's not enough human blood to go around in his new vampire flick, Daybreakers.
But first, let's trick some web videos into our ATN van.
Hop in! We got puppies and Oreos! It's nice.
We're happy to be in LA.
It's really nice.
I think everyone's at the airport.
They're
Allison,
still there.
Chris,
CES, I think, is going to take place at McCarran Airport.
Nice. That's useful. So, hey, you guys out there in the Midwest, you're probably freezing your ass off right now, huh?
Unless, of course, you got your own layer of insulating blubber, like the gent in our number 5 Around the Net.
Yeah, but even he probably shouldn't have stripped down to try to go swimming in sub-zero weather.
Final words, this is going to be cold.
Can I just say that to the poor fish in the lake, that must have looked like the climax from Deep Impact. Look, the shadow, and then... What is that?
Just hoping that, like, a Morgan Freeman fish just managed to save them somehow, some way. You know, that's a good video when Jose, who never laughs at anything, laughs. I could hear him behind the camera. Behind camera 3, heard you laughing. Sometimes you like our show.
Occasionally.
In honor of CES kicking off, we have a clip of some people getting excited about gadgets from 1983. Wow. Wonder what the future looked like back then.
Well, here's a hint. Giant Walkman peripherals.
Entertainment that you can take with you is one of the biggest advances coming from the electronics industry in 1983. Sony is introducing a music shuttle that slips out of its AM/FM car-dash receiver to become a portable stereo cassette player. For you audio fans, this probably seems like an awfully large Walkman. Well, you're right. So you consider the fact that it's also a television set. Here's one for home movie buffs. Tired of lugging around pounds of extra equipment? How about this 5.5-pound, one-piece camera recorder? 1983 is promising to be an electronics cornucopia, filled with a dazzling array of new gadgets, games, and more for your home education and entertainment.
Even their film editing software was futuristic.
Oh, 1983. It seems so quaint. Now that we all own palm-sized devices we can instantly watch pornography on. You know, like, I realized recently that my freaking smartphone is more powerful than the Whopper computer from War Games that controlled the national defense system. It's weird.
And you watch pornography on it. That's
yes.
All the things you could do with that device.
Shall we play a game? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Joshua.
And at number 3 a creative use for the new YouTube Doubler, a feature that actually allows you to play 2 videos simultaneously.
It seems a creative Reddit user provided some accompanying vocals to go to the delightfully generic rockers Nickelback and their blandly palatable song Photograph. Screeching cock go! And you decide which one I'm talking about.
The one that's less grating and abrasive?
Coming in at number 2 is the return of one of the best redubbers in the business, St. Sanders. And this time, his palette is one of the most beloved movies of all time, the sci-fi classic Blade Runner.
Yeah. Now, in this scene, Deckard fires up his computer to search for clues, but technology runs amok on our hero.
It's all poopy.
The disc reading was a gorgeous touch on that.
Yeah. People, replicants can't handle those long Windows load times. They only have 4 years to live.
No wonder Rutger Hauer goes crazy at the end. Imagine if he had to run Windows 7 on an OLPC X01. Boom! Geek Humor CES 2010! Come on! Oh, it should be. I don't understand how high 10s work. Yay!
2010!
2010!
Woo!
Still ahead, our #1 video star is a genuine ass.
And Bear Grylls. Stick around. Swelling up the internets like an inflamed colon is a clip.
Hooray!
It's a clip from the new season of Man vs. Wild.
Host Bear Grylls has done some pretty horrific things to survive in the past.
So stupid sometimes.
But let's just say this time he's hit rock bottom. Pun intended!
Oh!
Not expecting this to be particularly pleasant.
The Robertson family survived 38 days adrift because they were willing to do anything to stay alive. By performing an enema, you bypass the gag reflex, rehydrating your body without the risk of vomiting.
I guess all you can do is lie back and think of England.
I just took my knickers off and shoved a tube in my bum. You know, he didn't have to do that. He could have just spared us all and died on the raft.
No, you guys, stop. Seriously, Bear is actually giving out scientifically correct information that can actually save your life. I mean, your butt is perfectly capable of taking a nice, cool drink of water.
What?
Let me explain.
Okay.
Very simply, an enema is the introduction of liquid to the rectum and colon via the anus. Now, there are several clinical reasons that you might want to receive an enema treatment. The most common reason is to treat impacted fecal matter, but enemas can also hydrate the human body. Water that's inserted anally bypasses the gag reflex and will prevent the otherwise unpotable water from making you sick. The person receiving the enema lies on his or her side and then gently lifts the upper buttock to allow easy insertion of the pre-lubricated rectal nozzle. Now, once inserted, the liquid can flow freely into the colon through the rectum, and it's absorbed through the intestinal wall and processed by the body in exactly the same way that any liquid ingested via the mouth would be. The patient may be uncomfortable, but they've been sufficiently, if unorthodoxically, hydrated. And really, that's a critical thing.
I don't think I did this right.
Just relax.
America's favorite awkward teen, Michael Cera, learns to grow a pair in Youth in Revolt.
It's time to rebel, Nick.
A teenage comedy about a sex-obsessed 16-year-old who creates an alter ego named Francois to score the hot girl in the trailer park.
This is Sheenie Saunders. She just stopped by to introduce herself. Isn't that neighborly?
This is not your typical coming-of-age story, so what sets this apart from other dark comedies out there?
This is a movie about a guy that will do anything for a girl. So I would say, like, you know, it taps into the pain of your first love.
Hey, does that movie come with tampons for you? It's a bit more desperate than most teen movies. He's willing to do anything. He's willing to sabotage his parents, make bad decisions.
It's not a guy on a motorcycle. It's Francois, like a romantic smoker, and it has a stash. So it's like a different kind of romantic take.
I'm gonna help you sink your filthy in this tomato.
What was it like for you to tap into Francois, the alter ego?
It was a lot of fun. I got to do some fun stuff. Got to destroy my cereal bowl.
Spit in the face of Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
When I first saw him, I thought he looked ridiculous.
Yeah, he did.
But after, like, watching him and his character, it's super sexy. I think I'm a little bit attracted to it.
In the movies, the good guy gets the girl. In real life, it's usually the
You guys had an all-star cast. Miguel, how important was that for you to pull off a story like this?
It was a dream come true because, you know, this is a movie in which the character is meeting a new character every 10 minutes, trying to get back to his girl. So it's like you wanted those 10 minutes with each character to be amazing. So you wanted the best people possible, and we got very lucky.
amazing.
Yeah, I know. And you get 3 Michaels for the price of 1.
Nick, you're being so bad.
Not half as bad as the nasty things I want to do to you right now. If that's okay with you.
Why do you think girls are attracted to the bad guy, like Francois?
I don't know. That is the question of the world for women, because they suck. Bad guys suck.
And I want to tickle your belly button from the inside.
Being bad is oh so good. Michael Cera proves that point and gets downright awful in Youth in Revolt.
It is time for another meeting of the Itty Bitty Camera Committee.
Go, go, catch a prawn!
Nice.
Yep, varsity cheerleading. Hey, what's
You were
up?
varsity cheerleading? Chess club. We never would have talked. Now, Olivia, this camera is so small.
How small is it?
Fujifilm says that the F70 EXR is the world's tiniest 10x zoom digital camera, and we're not gonna argue. Weighing only 6.3 ounces, this super slim, high-resolution camera will select the ideal shooting mode so you can capture the moment in any environment. With 10 megapixels, dual image stabilization, and a wide-angle 27mm lens, professional quality comes to your pocket for $200.
All right, now we have had several Fujifilm cameras come our way, and the F70 is one of the newer models in the whole Fine Pix line. Here it is right here. It's about 4 inches wide and 1 inch thick. 2.7, oh, that's purple net posh. 2.7 inch LCD screen. Has a metal body that does feel very durable. It's kind of heavy. How do you think the whole design holds up with the whole point and shoot? I think it's a little heavy for a point and shoot, even though it looks like, it looks like the rest of them. It's just heavy.
Let a man take that heavy camera. Look at these guns popping through. Rippling muscle.
Are you sweating?
All right, yeah, I am. Oh, I think I just pooped. All right. We liked it. The camera is compact and it's easy to bring around with you. The sculpted metal shell feels durable and not cheap like a lot of other cameras with plastic bodies, but there is no touch screen. You can touch it, but nothing will happen. The buttons are laid out neatly and are easy to use for navigation and changing your picture settings. I mean, overall, I'd say it's pretty average.
Okay, now the fancy bells and whistles on this camera is the 10x optical zoom, which is the smallest point and shoot to have that kind of lens.
Right.
And it's the EXR technology. How do they hold up in the camera, though?
They're okay. They're okay. The 10x zoom worked pretty much as well as you'd expect. They make things that are far away look closer to you.
Oh.
And ideally, you're going to want to use it outdoors for lighting reasons. The EXR technology is an enhanced CCD chip that is designed by Fujifilm to improve light sensitivity and picture quality. It's funny, actually, when you first open up the box, it actually says, like, oh, here's a picture in low light. Look how much better it is than a regular camera. But we didn't really find that to be the case. And that's right in the box when you open it up. It's pretty easy to use, though, in auto mode, and then you can change between several settings for different conditions. But you can only take 5-megapixel pictures in EXR mode. The other features are pretty standard, like face detection, seeing inside someone's skeleton, like that.
Oh, look at Danny.
There he is. Image stabilization.
Oh, I love him.
They both work, pretty much as they should.
Okay, it has improved CCD chip inside, so you have to assume that we're going to get superior picture quality. And I'm saying this, and I'm looking at the look on your face, and you do not look happy. So.
Yeah, that was not the case, Olivia.
Okay,
sorry. That was not really the case.
Sorry.
Funny thing is, low light pictures were hit or miss. And
oh, why is he so sad?
Sometimes, because he was stacking.
That's you on Chelsea
me on Chelsea lately. Sometimes low light pictures came out noisy and even out of focus in EXR mode. Oh, now the Chelsea Lately studios are the old G4 studios. So
she kicked us out.
No, so a lot of people don't understand when they go to Chelsea Lately why there was robots on the carpet and game controllers.
Cool.
Yeah.
She's that cool.
But overall, the colors were pretty well balanced, and under better lighting conditions, the images were okay. But again, not really the best we've seen.
Why is everyone so sad?
Those ketchup faces are happy. The 10x zoom produced fine pictures in daylight, but not so much indoors. I don't know. Overall, it's just not. Look at that. Overall, that guy's.
He's so angry. What's wrong with everyone today?
Well, he doesn't have any arms, and that's why he's mad. So there you go.
Okay, so balancing the picture quality against the features, what do you think overall?
It was just all right. I'm so sorry, Fuji. I don't like being a jerk about stuff, but overall, not that amazing.
You're like the least jerkiest person I've ever met in my life.
Really?
You're like the nicest person I've ever met.
That's very nice.
And it makes me feel bad because I'm so rude all the time.
Oh, camera!
So when you say this, it's hard for you.
It is very hard for me to be, but overall the EXR technology is just not a huge improvement in the world of consumer cameras. The 10x zoom is nice, but I think it's more gimmicky than anything else. Like, that's a big number. EXR, that must stand for a thing. Look, it might be great at a sporting event outdoors, but I feel like that's really about all you would use it for.
You might feel like you're being a jerk to Fuji, but you're being a friend to everybody out there.
That's right. Or maybe I'm being a friend to Fuji who's going to go make the low light picture taking a little bit better.
Oh, we just spent all this money on this camera.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Everyone back to the studios because of what that guy on G4 said. That's in my head. That's what happens. That's what happens in real life. Yeah.
Well, picture quality, and you weren't impressed.
Not overall. Not that impressed. No.
All right, so now it comes to the seals. We have 5 seals. How many would you like to give it?
I'm going to fill 3 of those 5 seals today. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's inexpensive, $200 price tag.
It's not expensive.
No.
It's still $200.
It could be better. It could be a little bit better.
All right, well, there it is.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, tomorrow night at 7, AOTS travels to Sin City to fulfill our gadget lust, and we're going to bring you the coolest new tech from CES right there in Las Vegas.
Yeah, go to g4tv.com/CES for all those details.
Still ahead, we'll talk Bayonetta and Darksiders and Game Break. Are they worth top dollar, or are they head into the bargain bin? Find out soon.
Plus, Mr. Ethan Hawke is here to talk about his new movie, Vampires, Daybreakers. You're going to find out if fangs really do make everyone sexier. But first, here's a voicemail from one of our fans telling us about his New Year's resolution.
Hello. My New Year's resolution is, I'll call you back, I forgot. No way, I forgot. Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay, damn it. I'm sorry, I just forgot, and I need to think about this. You have a second? Can I call you back? Alright, bye. Thank you.
We're back and we are live.
And we're cutting to an address from the mayor of news, Kristen Adams.
Thank you. I like that. Thanks, guys. Right now it's time to start the feed. I just realized mayors don't do that. I don't know why I did that.
We do.
Okay. Well, today's Wednesday, January 6th, and here are your top stories. The New York Times is reporting that Microsoft will unveil a tablet that they've created with HP tonight during Steve Ballmer's keynote address at CES. Some news outlets are speculating that this may even be the highly anticipated Courier tablet that Gizmodo leaked a while back. Details of the announcement are sparse, but the device is rumored to have multi-touch functions and serve as an e-reader, much like the rumored Apple tablet. Tune into our live CES coverage tomorrow to find out which rumors turned into facts overnight. And it turns out that the early buzz at CES isn't 3D TVs as expected. It's an RC helicopter controlled by an iPhone or iPod Touch. Parrot's AR drone streams 2 camera feeds to your device using Wi-Fi, and get this, the chopper is actually controlled by tilting your iPhone. The drone features 2 augmented reality games in a dual mode. To make things even better, Parrot is also releasing a software development kit, which is all well and good until teenagers end up bombing Pakistan with their phone. We're still in the first week of 2010, but Hollywood has already hit a bunch of delays. Sony and Sam Raimi still can't come to terms over the villain for Spider-Man 4, and sources say the pictures will not make its 2011 summer release. Just kiss and make up, guys. Come on, give us the villain. And MGM's re-imaging of RoboCop has also been put on hold over disagreements with the director. Apparently, the studio wants to shoot it in 3D, but Darren Aronofsky does not. And finally, it looks like the Farrelly Brothers version of The Three Stooges has been delayed so they can work on another film. However, rumor has it that Sean Penn has re-agreed to play Larry, which should make up for any bad news you hear today. And finally, I would love to see that. I can't wait to see that. And finally, in music news, Broadway is bracing for their first punk rock opera as Green Day's American Idiot musical is set to hit stages this spring. The show will open at St. James Theater in New York on April 20th. And moving on to free music news, Pearl Jam is offering fans a live recording of their track Just Breathe in exchange for 1 tweet. All you have to do is just go to justbreathe.pearljam and give the app access to your Twitter account, then tweet about Pearl Jam and you get a free download of the song from iTunes. And it's actually a good song. So I'm Kristen Adams and you've just been fed. Back to Kristen and Olivia.
Thanks, Kristen. Nice to have you here.
You know what? If I tweeted about Pearl Jam, I would be tweeting that to a lot of people. Eddie Vedder better freaking make out with me for that.
Maybe get a whole album?
Yeah, I get a whole album. Yay, free Pearl Jam.
Can't you get free music online?
What?
No, you can get free music online.
No, you can't. You have to pay for it.
So...
I'm nosy.
Oh, you made Andy laugh. Old Man River with her laugh. That.
Oh my God, quick, get the defibrillator.
Oh, again. Okay, so here's the thing. Pretty much everybody knows that they're going to lose their job in the future to a robot. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that now includes musicians.
Come on, musicians don't have jobs.
There's no doubt robots got the music in them. We've seen them rock out on drums, serenade us with violins, and even conduct full orchestras. But now these bots have competition. Please welcome to the stage, Shimon, the world's first robotic improvisational jazz player. It is the newest addition to Georgia Tech's robotic music group. And as the marimba player, Shimon uses melodic perception technology to detect the drum beat and add rhythmic algorithms that match its tempo. The robot's head moves in sync to the music, which lets the rest of the band know it's on beat. To prove its accuracy, Shimon recently had a jam session with an iPhone running the music app ZoozBeat, which provided the initial music for it to build upon. The plan is for Shimon to develop its improvisational skills so that it will be able to perform with artists on a professional level. So look out, Daft Punk, there's a new robot on the music scene. But music isn't the only outlet robots are using to express themselves. They are also using Legos. Remember Moto Man, the robotic blackjack dealer from Japan? Instead of cards, Moto Man is now using its tactile hand grippers to sort and assemble Lego blocks. Using object recognition and high-res cameras, Moto Man identifies the color and shape of each piece. Then, with its 3D vision system, it calculates the required position where each block needs to connect. Even when mixed up, Moto Man can recognize them using a pre-registered database, picking out pieces in one hand and assembling them with the other. Now that it can build small objects, the plan is for Moto Man to have its power upgraded this spring. So if you're a factory worker in Japan, I'm sorry. Over here in the States, robots aren't replacing workers quite yet, just housewives. And it's all thanks to Nito, a robotic vacuum cleaner that uses friggin' lasers! Ever since iRobot released the Roomba back in '02, Nito Robotics has been developing the XV11, an all-floor vacuum bot that maps out its path using a laser technology called RPS, or Room Positioning System. Starting out with the perimeter of the room, Nito vacuums in straight lines, avoiding furniture and objects. It then cleans the interior area, identifies the doorway, and moves on to the next room. At its core, Nito has a compression impeller that creates an extremely high-powered suction. So you don't have to worry about those wayward Cheerios anymore. When finished, Nito returns to its charging station and waits for you to empty its dirt bin. All the convenience of being lazy is available now for a whopping $400. Kind of a high price for laziness, if you ask me. So, by the looks of things, the human race continues to get lazier and fatter while the robotic regime seems to only get better and stronger. Suck it, humans!
Well, now that you're a level 70 murderer in COD, you're going to need some new challenges, so let's talk about the first big video games of 2010. Everyone, I demand that you please welcome X Plays Abby. Happy's here! Bam! All right, so we've got two hack and slash type games to kick off the new year, but let's start with Darksiders. Now, it's sort of being coined as a God of War meets Zelda. Is that a fair mashup?
It's a fair assessment.
Okay.
It borrows a lot of elements, the kind of puzzle solving, and God of War, the combat, the kind of one-button press kill at the end that's gory and crazy. The only problem is that it doesn't really do anything better than you would play in those games.
Okay.
Which kind of makes me not want to play it as much.
How's the combat system? Is it as fluid as God of War?
No, and it's not as deep. I mean, not that God of War has the deepest combat system ever, but it's not even as satisfying, because when you do kind of get to those, like, grand end kills, it doesn't look as good.
All right, so so on the other side, is the puzzle solving, is it Zelda-like, or what's that?
Yeah, but not quite as intuitive and maybe not quite as fun. It's weird that they've blended these game elements and made this kind of mashup of these two very different genres, and it just doesn't seem to work. And I don't know if that's on their end or if I think it's possible, but you have these kind of long periods where you're solving puzzles and it's not that exciting, and then you have combat that's really not that great either.
And then you wake back up and you're like, what just happened? And then you continue playing. All right, so I think I see where this is going.
And it's not a bad game.
It's not bad.
It's a well-made game.
Okay.
It's just not great.
Well, so is it worth picking up, though?
Maybe later in the year when you run out of things to play.
Okay. So it's a meh.
Yeah,
all right.
A meh.
All right, so let's move on to Bayonetta now. This game has been in development since 2007, and it was just released yesterday. So why would that take over 2 years?
Well, the game development cycle gets changed for any number of reasons, whether it becomes down to money, whether it comes down to who's publishing it. There's a lot of reasons. Or maybe it just takes that much time to make a game this good.
Oh, nice. So
I love it.
You did?
Yes.
So the combat system, good?
Phenomenal. The animation, what you're doing, the moves that you're pulling off are so satisfying.
Okay.
I mean, it is, and they vary up the gameplay with these kind of motorcycle scenes, shooting stuff, and it is all one of the most satisfying kind of action-adventure slashing hack and slash that I've ever played.
So, a question I ask a lot about porn, how's the plot?
Vaguely incomprehensible. I'm not... well, it's the massive battle of hell and heaven and earth and the angels and demons and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the character design is really cool and interesting. It's not generic at all, really. They take, I think, a lot of cues from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay.
I think quite a bit. You'll actually hear the theme song going all the way through the game. But and it's ridiculous. It's over the top. It kind of winks and nods at itself.
Nice.
It is funny.
So overall, is it worth going out and grabbing Bayonetta?
Absolutely. I immediately.
All right, excellent. So, man, Darksiders, absolutely on Bayonetta. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, nice to see you on here. I think Mun is over there, and she wants to tell you things.
Yes. Things. Speaking of hack and slash, though, tonight there's a new Campus PD at 11 p.m. and you can check out a rap sheet of real campus crimes from across the country at g42.com/CampusPD. Stay tuned, everybody. Ethan Hawke, he stopped by to talk about vampires and not the sparkly Twilighty kind with the disheveled hair. Real one. talk about Daybreakers. It's his new vampire movie.
P.S. Ethan Hawke, awesome name for a vampire.
If emo high school vampires that twinkle in the sunlight aren't your thing, then you're going to love watching humanity deal with a planet devoid of resources and overrun by bloodsuckers and Daybreakers.
You need it. I don't touch human blood. You work for a company that uses humans like cattle.
Ethan Hawke.
A real bloodsucker on your show.
Yeah, it's a real one. That scene was awesome. I got to see the film recently. But why don't you tell people, everyone at home, why your character doesn't look like the scary vampire that we just saw, like hovering above the table?
I'm kind of like your PETA activist vampire type. You know, what's different about it is that everyone is vampires. It's not a few vampires chasing down the human populace. It's a populace of vampires chasing down a few humans. And, you know, they're running out.
Vampires.
Exactly. They're running out of natural resources, which is humans. And so I'm trying to advocate for an alternate food source.
Which is really hard to do because when you don't get the blood, then you end up looking like that guy.
Exactly. Vampires generally aren't very thoughtful and considerate.
But Ethan, you were. You were.
Well, thank you.
You were a thoughtful vampire.
I was a vampire with heart, you know.
You were a vampire with heart, which should be the tagline of that movie. So, wait, what did you think about putting on the fangs and we've done that here before with the contacts.
You wear fangs a lot?
Just when somebody writes a skit, and lately there's been a lot of vampire stuff.
Right.
I'm kind of tired of having to put that stuff in your eye and then the blood. Did you like it? You gotta hate it too.
I hated it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it helps you get into character.
The fun part of it was the people, you know, the really subside or gross vampire type person. Those guys were amazing, and I felt they had to stay up for days getting that stuff put on, and I couldn't really complain about the yellow eyes.
What about, what's that, when you're drinking the blood, what is that?
It's blood.
No.
Yeah, no, I really...
Vampire with heart. I don't believe it.
Just because I like to drink blood doesn't mean I don't have a heart.
No, it doesn't.
I don't remember what it was. I remember it was gross.
It's got to be disgusting.
Yeah.
Now, Daybreakers, I have to say, when I was watching it, I knew it was a vampire movie, and I knew a little bit of the premise, but I went in, and it was a lot darker than what's out there right now with Twilight and True Blood. It's very dark, which is what I liked about it. It didn't seem like any of the other ones.
Yeah, you're supposed to have already gone through puberty before you see this movie.
Not for the tween.
Yeah, no, not for the tween.
Not for the tween.
This is the first post-adolescent vampire film in a while.
Now, we were talking about it afterwards, and it said we were all discussing that the film seems to send a message about mankind depleting the Earth's resources, which is just silly. I mean, there's just so much out there. I mean, the ozone's not going anywhere, by the way.
No, ice caps are fine.
They're so fine. The polar bears, they like the sun.
They're too hairy. That's called evolution.
It is. Look how well we're doing.
Yeah, I know. No, what's fun about the movie is it's, on one level, it's a hardcore horror film. And I mean, it really is.
And a lot of action.
Yeah, it is. It's like, I mean, you bring your popcorn, you throw it in your friend, that kind of movie.
Yeah.
But it has a...
Heart.
It has a weird counterculture message to it, which I like.
I want to talk about something that's very interesting to me. I hear you own an island. An island, Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, why you want to, you know...
Do I want it? Yes.
Yes.
Did you call it something fun like Ethan Land or Hawketropolis?
What's wrong with Hawke Island?
There's nothing wrong with Hawke Island. I just didn't come up with it.
I read about Marlon Brando having that island with those Peloponnesian girls, and they would all just sit around and eat grapes. And I thought, you know, while I'm not as good an actor as Marlon Brando, I can have an island.
And you can buy Peloponnesian girls.
You can.
Wait.
The trouble is, my island's in Nova Scotia, so those Peloponnesian girls are very, very cold.
Oh,
you know, they're not
tough.
used to be, you know, because they insist on not wearing any clothing.
Oh,
and,
well, that's just not classic.
Come December in Nova Scotia, it's tough.
So it's in Nova. How often do you spend time there? Do you just own it because you can be like, I'm Ethan Hawke and I own an island?
That's exactly why I do it.
That's what I
and
would
I say it to everyone I meet. That's just what I do. Like, I walk up to them. No, the truth is, I have a bunch of really good friends up there, and if you ever get the chance to go up to that part of the world,
And come and hang out on your island?
Yeah.
I look kind of native-like.
Polynesian.
I could rock no clothes and feed grapes.
Yeah, right. Well, then you belong.
So you have an island, and I just have one question. Have you ever hunted man, the most dangerous game?
I have not hunted man. But if you come to my island, I will hunt you.
Oh! I say we play one big game of Red Rover on your island. That's what I think would be great. Thank you so much for being here, Ethan Hawke, owner of Island off Nova Scotia.
All right.
I love Ethan Hawke. You're so nice.
He was. Ethan Hawke trying to get inside your dress, Olivia Munn.
No.
Daybreakers opens this Friday. Still ahead. People lose their minds and bust their bodies in break moments.
But first, here is another New Year's resolution from one of our fans.
I'm giving up using Craigslist to set up encounters for sexual rendezvous and then finding out that the girls are fat and then leaving for fooling me with a picture that's 5 years old before they were fat. And also, I think maybe cookies, because I'm also fat.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS, we've got wall-to-plasma coverage of CES Live from Vegas. We'll bring you the future of 3D TVs, smartphones, tablets, and much more. Plus, we'll look at Adidas' new Star Wars collection on Sneakerheads, with shoes inspired by Vader, Stormtroopers, and of course, Yoda. See you tomorrow!
Humanity is circling the bowl.
And if you need proof, we present you with Exhibit A, Break Moments in De-Evolution.
I was using scanner power.
But then I use my hands.
That's right. Now, in America, there's only one thing we love more than sports, beer, and explosives.
Yes, trying to hurt ourselves with explosives.
Damn!
Oh.
No. That looked. He just sat there.
He did just sit
He
there.
sat there. He has balls of steel.
Well, or not at all anymore.
And then he gets up and laughs.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that guy. So
I don't know
much.
why people like to light incendiary devices near their broveries. Like,
I
don't.
have no idea.
Don't. And sitting on a bucket and
Because
trapping
on
it like
Ray,
that.
you can make money.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. That's for money.
It's for $35.
It's for $35. So I want you guys to know that our rating system this week is Mullet Hawks, and that's really when you need to find that perfect balance between metal and redneck. So,
Yes.
How many are we going to give him, Miss Munn?
You know, I wish I saw more pain and blood.
Yeah.
So, and he could have gone bare ass.
Bare ass,
been
right.
Together. So
Right.
this guy, I'm sorry, I'm starting at 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. 1 out of 5.
There it is. That's
It sucks to fail on break moments too. Like that's when you're really the bottom of the bucket that's exploding over your rectum.
No, I know from personal experience that when you're drunk, it's easy to lose a lot of things, like your cell phone, your wallet, inhibitions.
Yeah, your prison virginity.
What?
And as this guy finds out, your balance. Oh yeah, your consciousness too.
Yes. What is this, American Gladiator?
The boyfriend on the swinging.
Does she really? Yeah!
You all right? Dude. You all right?
He got knocked out.
He's snoring. He's all right.
I never understand. like as many of these videos as I see. First of all, I always feel nauseous, and second of all, I never understand why everyone's first reaction isn't, I think he might be dead. Like everyone laughs and they're like, yeah, he's just knocked out. How do they know?
Because people don't realize how sad life really is.
It really is.
That the things end like that. What I love is that he got knocked out. That's what you hope for. I mean, you guys were all secretly hoping he passed out.
You don't want to see him jump off the top of the swing and not have something catastrophic
like the
happen.
first guy, I didn't like that he was happy.
Right.
This guy, don't know what happened to him.
All right.
So how many, is it Molets?
I think Molets is fair.
Molets.
I'm going to give him 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
Because he made you nauseous because he might have died.
Yeah, we don't know if he's okay. He might not be able to move. There are a lot of variables. We don't know the wrap-up to that story, so I would have given it more otherwise. Finally, I want to say that with all the nut shots we've seen, we often forget to remind ourselves that our genitals are the very reason humanity is able to reproduce and ensure the ultimate survival. Men, we need to take better care of what makes us men. We need to worship at the altar of our own genitalia. We need to stop putting our balls into harm's way.
Are you done?
Never! My point is, if guys keep pulling crap like this, global warming will be the least of our concerns. In Tennessee, where I'm from, that's called a redneck circumcision.
Why?
He was making the covenant with the Lord as his people
5 out of 5.
That's a 5 out of 5. All right. There we go. 5 out of 5. That deserves a 5 out of 5.
Go with God, people of de-evolution.
Because science won't go near you.
Oh, no, I used my mind.
You used my...
I did it.
Oh, we never did it.
We're so off.
I don't know. How do we do a show together? All right. That was a fun show today, by the way.
Thanks for being here. You'll be here with me tomorrow.
I'll be tomorrow. Yeah.
And Friday.
Yeah.
You guys go to g4t.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more.
I'd like to thank Abby Heppy and, of course, Mr. Ethan Hawke. Daybreakers opens this weekend.
We're going to an island in Nova Scotia.
We're going to go to his island. Make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow for our live coverage of CES.
Yes, stick around. A new episode of Human Wrecking Ball starts right now. Good night.
Enema!